Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. Sadly, it's my first one today. One, because I kind of figured that we would get an update tonight as far as a Twitter update or something. And two, I've had a fucking blasting headache the entire damn day, so I was not really in the mood to record much this morning. But we have here, of course it always happens when I'm doing something, which is eating right now. We have an update on the Twitterverse from the game, and notice, White Ice Dragon appear tomorrow with the water attribute, possess a skill that can grant a new abnormal condition called Frostbite, which damage at the beginning of the turn and increases the target's stat reduction effect by 1.3 times. Please look forward to the mysterious video. So, this is, as I'm hopefully not mistaken, VELZARD from Season 2, Veldora's sister, the lady that was hanging out with Guy Crimson in his castle, sitting on the lap. I don't know much about the character, and she looks a little more waifu-y than what I remember her being. VELZARD images. Well, I mean, only by a little bit. Okay, but yeah, this is her from the show. These are actual shots, so that's her. Very, very interesting. Not the character that I was expecting to show up, considering that normally the third slot in the meta has been, for the past 2 months, a Demon Lord, and not a side character. Especially a side character with about 5 minutes of screen time. But interesting. So from yesterday's video where we had the update with the new attribute, or the new abnormal condition, so I wasn't sure if that was a bug in game or if this was something else, and now it is this Frostbite condition. Damage at the beginning of the turn and increases the target's stat reduction effect by 1.3 times. So it sounds like a damage over time debuff. Okay, so it reduces what, HP, attack, defense, all stats or something by 1.3 times while doing damage for one turn. The damage for one turn. Okay. Before we move on to the in-game news, adding this in after the fact, but I had my man Roxas, Henshin Kazuma, shout out to him, translate this image, since obviously we can see that we have a skill 1 and skill 2 right here, and the translation turns out to be VELZARD, White Ice Dragon, obviously, skill 1 cost unknown, await to find out in-game, skill 2 is an 80% chance of causing Frostbite for 2 turns on all enemies. Frostbite is a new status condition that causes damage at the start of turn, along with the 1.3 times multiplier that they talked about in the actual tweet. So, and it costs 25 points at level 1. So we can take a few things away from this, is that at level 10, the cost should go down to 15 points, and the effect should go up from, or the chance to do it should be from 80% most likely to 100% chance to cause the Frostbite condition. I don't know if the 1.3 times will also increase with the skill level, or if that is permanent at 1.3. If it is permanent, cool. If it goes up, then great. Because if we can do... let's be real, if it does go up, it'll probably go up to like 1.5, because if you increase it to 2 times the effect of debuff skills, that's getting a little out of hand right there. I think we're wishing for the stars at that point. But 1.3, fine enough. Obviously, we'll do extra everything to enemies that are actually debuffed. But again, shout out to Roxas / Henshin Kazuma. Thank you for the translation. Let's move on to the next part of the video. Now, let's go over into game, because I did see that we have an update in-game as well. So the White Day campaign, the White Day Tempest, and the important update, that's all not new. That's from yesterday. However, we have this update and we have event preview. So let's go ahead and take a look at the event preview information. Maybe, there we go. Yep. Thanks for playing. Event starting 2 a.m. UTC Wednesday, so that will be Tuesday night at 6 p.m. for me. So tomorrow night at 6 p.m. we will be streaming. The new VELZARD, the White Ice Dragon, is here. Gain a special effect in the event Princesses of the Inner Peace. New recruit packs, of course. These special recruit packs can be purchased containing crystals, fruit, and tickets. New event Awakening Trials for Ranga. This is Wind Ranga, I think. Is it Wind Ranga? I think so. Yeah. Alright, oh, that's it. Okay. Event Trials. Well, I mean, the last Awakening Trials, there were a lot of stages. That was like a lot of crystals. So I'm okay with that. New packs. VELZARD, interesting to see. We already know what her first skill is, or her second skill. We don't know what her first skill is, though. New update. Preview. New stat abnormality, Frostbite. Okay, cool. Alright, well, they're going to tell us now anyways. Alright. Similar to Poison, Frostbite causes the target damage at the start of each turn. It also increases status down effects by 1.3 times. Use it along with other skills to take down enemies. A character appearing on 316 has a skill that affects the target with Frostbite. Left, no Frostbite. And right, affected by Frostbite. Okay, so it's this little... Can I... I'm sorry, I cannot zoom in. So... 58.8%. Defense by 45%? Okay, so... Oh... It's just a it's just a multiplier. Affected by other debuff skills. So, you use VELZARD's skill, and all of a sudden, the attack lowering effect that you have on your passive onto the enemy, instead of being 8%, it now becomes 1.3 times higher, so it was like 12% or something like that. Or if you lower the enemy's crit damage by 30% against Ifrit using Mirren's skill, it's now 30-something%. I don't know, math is hard. I just woke up. Okay, so you have to pop VELZARD's skill and then pop an addition, whatever debuff skill you want to use, and then that becomes the multiplier. Interesting. So... Okay, so let's talk about the... Okay, well, let's continue, and then we'll kind of think about that. All right. Limited time missions marked new when added. When new limited time missions are added, they will be marked new. Awesome. Cool. That's it. Okay. And yeah, that is it. Okay. So I expect we should be getting a download for VELZARD sometime soon that will show her kit and such. That might be live soon, rather than later. Okay, so going back to this Frostbite skill, 1.3 times. So if we go into the current water meta team, right? Let's take a look at what all happens right now. Was that it? This is it. Alright, so Chloe, boost yourself. Rimuru, denies ult. So is DPS. So Alice will lower your water resistance by 30%. So that will now go up. So, okay, so I'm sorry. I'm going to break out the calculator. 30 times 1.3 times 1.3. 39% now. Okay, so that just means you're going to do more damage because the water resistance is even lower. And now if you combine that with, you say, Ranga, who also has the effect of lowering the guard power by 43% and pierce resistance by 30, so it's another 39% down on pierce resistance. Because it's not going to affect you. You're not being affected by Frostbite, so you're not going to get some kind of weird debuff or buff on powers that affect you. It's only powers that affect the enemy. So this counterattack rate will go up. This pierce resistance will go down. This guard power will go down. And then what? Raphael buffs her own card. Oh, and lowers the target's defense. Okay, so that will also affect. So, the name of the game of this Jubilee is debuffing the shit out of whatever boss we're gonna fight. Ooh, we have no news about Tower. That's not in this update. It is halfway through March right now, and wow. Interesting. You'd think they make a big ol' hubbub about it, too. Okay, well, that's it for the video. Not, it's very interesting stuff to go over with Velzard's new abnormal effect coming into play. We'll have to see how interesting that makes, the water team as a whole and then other teams as a whole. See if she fits into other team comps as a supporter, in case we do need to debuff more. So now that I think about it, this Frostbite skill could be very, very, very good for pretty much any stage, because it is any abnormal debuff that you can apply to an enemy, which means that any skill that debuffs the enemy is now going to go much higher. So, for example, let's say we have Light Mirren, who I used against EXE Freet because of her skill decreases all targets' crit damage by 30% for 2 turns. Okay, so you pop Velzard, who is water, so you might as well take her into EXE Freet, and you bring Mirren, and now it's a 39% crit damage down. Or, we talked about Raphael and Allison, Ranga, but who else? So Diablo, we just got done showcasing him. Decreases all targets' dark resistance by 10%, now 13%. So you're gonna do a little bit extra damage on the dark team now. Who else debuffs? I guess. Light Shizu. What does she do? She does decreases a single target's attack by 20%. So now that's gonna be 23%. No, 26%. Somewhere around there at level 10, because I don't have it leveled up. This affects everyone. So you can, honestly, Demon Lord Reamer, what does Demon Lord Reamer do? He does something, right? No, that doesn't affect anyone. No, it doesn't affect anyone. Let's see. Dark Millum. What does Dark Millum do? I'm sorry, I don't have everyone memorized. I have a lot of things memorized, but not too many things. That's only her. That's allies crit resistance. But anyways, you get the idea. You can combine Velzard's Frostbite to increase the amount of debuffs that you're putting on an enemy, therefore making, other teams work better. Phobio. There's a good example. Phobio. People using Phobio for his crit damage or crit resistance down at 25%, so now that's going to go even higher, which means your crits are going to hit even harder now. Granted, you do now have a slot to take up for Velzard, so I don't know if that's really worth it in the grand scheme of things. If you're trying to nuke, you want someone to bring a bigger buff, but it does have possibilities in the event that you don't have some of those nukers. Like, some people don't have Leon, and so maybe to make up for that, you bring Velzard to amplify the amount of this crit resistance down. The possibilities are endless right now. So Velzard is looking to be a very interesting team changer for a lot of people if you do summon for her, and it will be very interesting to see how much value she can bring to existing teams to take on existing content. So I'm pretty excited for this. Anyways, I know a lot of people have been waiting for Velzard because she is waifu material. Let me know in the comments, how deep will you be going into this banner? Are you going to go balls deep? Or are you going to skip because you don't really give a shit and her skill does not really interest you? Let me know in the comments. But for now, take it easy guys, and I'll see you later.